And we kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother, and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked. They're saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did, allegedly. Allegedly is saying that he also has a seizure disorder, and is saying a few other things are contributing to the why he's 2 and he cannot walk yet. And even Yanti got on here. We've been trying to tell this girl to get help for her baby. She's talking about pray for her. All the prayers in the world ain't gonna work if you're not taking that baby to go get help.
Child, when people saw that Chrisean Rock's son was making the headlines again, everyone was like, Lord, what else is new? Because right now, it looks like there's nothing more that can be said or that we don't already know. But baby, the information that was just leaked has everyone's jaw hanging to the floor, and folks have been ragging at Chrisean for being a less than good mom, because there's nothing worse than hurting your son before he even has a fighting chance at life.
Chrisean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him.
What just got leaked are CPS files showing records that there's not only alcohol, but also drugs in Junior's system. Like, what? Not only did they find illegal substances in his system, they documented a lot of times where Chrisean had left her son unsupervised and in danger, like the time she left him alone at the beach at 3 a.m. to go to a party, and how he flinches every time she raises her hand like something bad is about to happen to him. That poor baby. Things are really going from bad to worse. And anytime you think that you're almost done with this Chrisean Rock drama, another piece of info drops that leaves you questioning how she was ever able to get away with doing this in the first place.
Looking at your son now, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind for him? What do you want him to know about mom?
How to turn to God. I just want to teach him how to, because there's nothing I could do for him.
Do y'all want to know what's even more crazy about this whole situation? There are still people out here standing 10 toes down in quicksand, claiming that Chrisean did nothing wrong and owes nothing to anybody when it comes to her son. But girl, if there's any truth to that new information that leaked out there, Chrisean really needs to straighten up quick and quit acting like a victim, because she's really the one that's to blame out here. Now, Chrisean has never admitted to doing anything wrong when it comes to Chrisean Rock Jr., but her son basically admitted it for her. Everyone has been saying that her son was possibly dealing with fetal alcohol syndrome because Chrisean never stopped drinking throughout the duration of her pregnancy. However, if you thought that was bad, wait till you hear this.
As bad as I would want this information that was just put out about Chrisean Jr. to be false, at some point I'm thinking it might be some type truth to it. Because you got to think, almost 2-year-old child is laying on his back. He's not mobile, so that means he's in diapers. So that means he's sitting in that. So can I believe there were maybe possible breakdown of the skin? I can believe that.
Maybe Chrisean Rock did what she always does and pissed the wrong person off, because some medical records have been floating around on the internet and they look like they belong to Chrisean Rock Jr. These records say that Jr. is allegedly suffering from fetal alcohol syndrome. But hold on now, because this is where it gets out of hand. The medical reports also say that he tested positive to illegal substances like nose candy and opioids, and was still going through some major side effects from withdrawals. The reports also stated so clearly that Junior possibly had some other ongoing issues. Not only was he dealing with major withdrawal symptoms from all of those substances, additionally, he was also affected by spasticity, neonatal abstinence, seizure disorder, and something else called cortical visual impairment. This is a part of the brain that has to do with being able to see properly, and it has been damaged. And that's some serious stuff, and I hate to say it, but that explains a lot, because people have noticed that Junior doesn't seem to react to stuff that's right in front of him, even food. So if he's dealing with something like this, then it makes a whole lot of sense that he doesn't get excited and have the same responses that a typical 2-year-old would have.
Like, honestly, I don't know why y'all even give any type of attention whatsoever. We've never even seen Chrisean take Junior to the damn park. The park. And this is only a part of what we see during her entire day. Imagine what that boy gotta go through 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week with Chrisean, because y'all know she don't have no nanny, she don't have no caretaker, because she don't want anybody to know what Chrisean Jr. is going through. That he can't talk, he can squeak, he can't walk, he can't crawl. Like, what is actually going on?
The reports show that Junior had been receiving some help from a specialist in neuropathy, cardiology, orthopedics, ophthalmology, and even more than that. Another part of the leak shows that Chrisean Rock in private admits to doing nose candy and drinking alcohol throughout her entire pregnancy. So she is taking some accountability, even if she isn't doing it publicly. This is a whole lot of stuff, and it's really sad that Junior has to be dealing with this right from the start of his life. But people are also saying that there's evidence of Junior getting help from a team of experts, which explains why CPS hasn't come for her yet. Because people really have been asking, why is this baby still with Chrisean with all of this evidence of what she's been putting him through? The thing is, hospitals are legally required to report any suspected prenatal substance exposure in newborns, especially if the baby has been exposed to multiple substances. However, if babies are always automatically taken when there's a problem, then CPS would have a lot on their hands to deal with. Instead, after the hospitals make the report, CPS probably assess the situation, and if they found that there was a high chance that the baby would not be cared for properly, then they would step in and take him out of the situation. So if the parent, in this case Chrisean Rock, agrees to cooperate, gives herself the help that she needs, and provides a safe environment for him to recover from, then she's good to go, and they'll just come by from time to time and make sure that everything is still in order. Make sense? But what's got people looking at this whole thing sideways is the fact that there's a whole lot of times where Chrisean Rock hasn't put her son's needs before her own, and she's done so in public for the world to see. I mean, who can forget the time that she left her son locked in the car just to argue with Blueface over the phone, or the times that she's been seen not holding him properly when he was an infant? Not too long ago, fans even dragged her for leaving her son out on the beach at 3 a.m. while she was out having fun at a beach party.
Now what if a wave came up and washed him offshore and he drowned and he got unalived? All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach. Is it that serious? Some people are just not meant to have kids. I mean, like, I don't like to judge nobody parenting, but she just be doing, she do shit. And it's given like, it's all for clout. She want to stay, she want to be the buzz.
But if you thought that Chrisean leaving her son unattended was the most careless thing she did with him, then you are in for a shocker.
Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that? He like, hey. Okay.
In one of the recent lives, people started noticing something else about the way Junior is with his mother. The moment she raised her hands, he started to squirm and move around like he wanted to get the heck out of here, while Chrisean just laughed. Some were saying that perhaps Junior was having a seizure or something, given his medical report that just came in. But y'all, this really ain't sitting right. Before she raised her hand, Chrisean said, "Watch this." And this means that she probably knew what was about to happen when she did it. Then she had to take him off camera to calm him down. So the internet isn't really buying the whole thing that this is a normal response a child should have to a hand being raised. Someone even said, "I've heard some say it was a seizure, but I don't think so. The timing between her taking that breath and him freaking isn't a coincidence." IMO. This kid was terrified in that moment. I've never seen him move like that. It was like he was trying his darndest to move away from her. Once she turned and got a hold of him properly, he freaked even more, with beginning to cry like he knew what was coming. I can respect the folks saying that it could be a seizure, but the sad reality is I do think she's capable of repeatedly physically harming her own child, and may be doing so. It's concerning that Junior is still not in an environment that seems to be best for him. And the streets are saying that it's much worse than that. Because if this is what we're seeing, then imagine what else is going on that we know nothing about. Chrisean should have never became a mother. We all knew she was unfit to be a parent and watched her being reckless throughout her pregnancy. That medical report is wild. How can a baby be under 10 different specialists? He doesn't stand a chance, I'm afraid. She never wanted him, so she resents him, especially because he's not the billionaire baby she was banking on. I'm not surprised she takes her anger, resentment, and embarrassment out on him physically and verbally. We see that in her relationships and interactions with people and animals. She loves to bully people she feels are weaker than her. Junior is no exception. Chrisean Rock needs to be in jail and her baby needs to be placed in a loving home. I really didn't want to read the medical reports of that baby, and now this ish is hurtful. Do you guys think the medical report is real? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe before you watch the next video, because there's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, baddies.